Leo ascendant Rohit Ji. Now that is me also. Huh? So not only everyone else who's watching, but it is me as well. How my life is also going to be next 2026. I know a little bit of things. I've done analysis, but to be very precise and how, whatnot, let's go ahead. 2026 yearly horoscope is on now. You can book it on acastro.ca or you can even WhatsApp in the description link below. Now, here in the month of January, we start from 13th of January when Venus will enter into the sign of Capricorn. Now, look at Venus. Venus is the lord of the 10th house at the third house. That is lord of your communication as well as lord of your career. Going to the sixth house of daily work and routine. Well, for a benefit planet like Venus, sixth house is a little bit of discomfort house. But when it comes to the ownership of this house, Rohitji, it is related to Shani. And Shani is making a Viprit Raj Yoga here. So Shani Dev is also doing very good. And top of that, Venus is also in a comfortable position in the friend's house. So good news for people who are struggling in career. Very good news for career. That means any problems related to any jobs, any workplace problems, anything that is you are too it's so difficult in your workplace, now you'll get a little bit of luxury, a little bit of relief in that area. Surya Dev also enters there. So see, your majority of the big things in this year is going to be starting from the sixth house. That is the house of service. That means it is a very important time when the Lagna Lords go to the sixth house and makes Makar Sankranti also very big festival happens. In that scenario, Rohit ji, here mostly it is required for taking care of your health, as well as this is time that sun says now it is a time for you to completely transform and repair yourself. So this is exactly the period that we are seeing for Surya entering into the sixth house. With sun in the sixth house, government related problems, government related challenges may also get solved. So that is a very, very good news for all the people of Leo ascendant. Now after that, 13, 14, 16, 17, everyone is running up to the 6000. Here Mars, the yoga karka planet for you, gets exalted. Very good time for property purchase, very good time to do something that has to do with more of service. Your destiny is very good. If there is any court case etc going on, you are going to be victorious. There is also possibility that if you are applying for some debt loan related to property, related to education, this is also the time that may get approved, and you may be it may be very eased out in the area related to taking debts. And that is where comes the fourth planet, that is Mercury. Mercury Buddha is a very important planet in your birth chart. Remember, the second and the 11th house lord, all the gains, all the money that we are supposed to receive has to come with the blessings of Mercury. Now, here, your workplace becomes very, very powerful. Your health, your daily routines, in fact, your maternal uncles become very powerful during this time. There is possibility that you may have some transactions, some talking, something with that maternal uncle or aunts of yours. If enemies are there, beware enemies, not you, because Sun and Mars will burn them to ashes. So it is a very powerful sixth house for you in an overall level. And whenever Sun will come here, it will make beautiful, like there will be Namaste. So it will make a very beautiful yoga with Mars, Mahalakshmi Yoga, Viprit Raj Yoga. Super. It is overall very, very pleasant. Let's hope for the best. So the month of January is to remove obstacles from your life. Month of January is when you will feel a little extra comfortable. So very great. Moving on to February. See, four transits in January. February is already here, and Mercury will enter into the sign of Aquarius. Now Mercury is very fast. Mercury entering into the sign of Aquarius on in the seventh house. That means gains from partnership areas. If you are thinking of getting some kind of gains from new relationship, partnership, if you have done a startup, absolutely great time and things are going to be in your favor. So all the very best for this placement. In fact, because seventh house, it is sitting with Rahu, those who are in software industry, those who are in IT industry, you will see a major transformation in your designation. If you're going through by chance Mercury or Rahu period, then congratulations, because you are going to get promoted during this time. So all the very best. Venus also enters into the sign of Aquarius. Venus is very comfortable here. Now Kendra Lord coming into the Kendra. So this is a Raja Yoga, but here it is with Rahu. Now Venus is related to love life, etc. When it comes to Leo ascendant people, if you are thinking of some kind of marriage, associations, new partnership. Here you are receiving an aspect of Jupiter as well on the seventh house. So there is a lot of possibility that there is upliftment as well as some blockage that is there in the love life goes away from your life. So this is a great news as well. So we are still very happy, very lucky, very powerful here. Very nice. Later, we will see that Sun also enters into Aquarius. Now, see, there is a complete stellium here with four planets, and Mars is also coming there, at February 23. Now, Lagna Lord in the seventh house, this is a house related to your Marakastan. Marakastan means somewhere where you have health problems. Sun and Rahu coming together, eclipse energy is building. And here, when they come together, we want to be very careful about our lower abdomen, especially urine infections. Those who are female sisters have to be worried about their menstrual cycles. There can be, we can also talk about some stomach related issues that can be more of, we can, if I want to put it forward, it can be more of UTIs, kidney stones, gallbladder stones, stomach infections, everything to do with IBS. All this kind of things can happen because intense energy is in your seventh house. So it is a very important time to be very, very, you know, what is a caution. Since Mars is here in the beginning of February, if you do some small remedy, and the remedy is to donate blood. If you do blood donation during this time, then there is a possibility that nothing, no big problem will come to you. So, because already you have been to a clinic, your blood is out of your body. So do some kind of donation. This is the biggest donation in the world, blood donation. So do such kind of donations, it will be very good for you. Later, Mars also comes into the seventh house. Now, here when Mars and as well as we can say Sun, Rahu, all these are together, Rahu is completely controlled. Remember this. Sun fears a little bit because Rahu has to swallow Sun and whatnot. Because 2nd of March, there is an eclipse, complete lunar eclipse. So here, a lot of things are happening. Sun, Moon, the 12th house Lord will be in affliction and whatnot. But here, Mars is also in Kendra. Kendra Lord in Kendra. Kendra, all three Kendra Lords are in Kendra. This is a very, very special Raj Yoga. Very good time for partnership or getting into new partnerships. Only thing that we have to be careful of Rahu's illusion. We don't want to get carried away too much during this time because sometimes in these cases we are so much powerful that we blindly trust people. So in February is a month when you need to be more, selective. Mercury turns retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. Now, a retrograde Mercury here with such powerful energies, and especially with Sun, is in safe hands, no problem. But you have to put more, you have to be more validating things related to what you say, what you claim, and secondly, also things related to your partnerships. Any signature, any signing of contracts need to be done with extreme caution, especially if you're going through Mercury Mahadasha Antardasha. So Feb and January are pretty decent, good. It is all revolving around the 6,000, then 7,000, then it is going to go forward and whatnot. March is here and beginning of March. 2nd of March is where Venus will enter into Pisces, but 2nd and 3rd of March is when there is going to be a total lunar eclipse as well. Lunar eclipse, that means 12th house Lord is going to get into affliction. So the areas that are going to affected are partnership areas and your ascendant. That means both these places, whenever the alignment happens, then only there is an eclipse. In this situation, it is very important to make decisions in a very, very precise manner. We want to make sure that, especially in the partnership area, which is going very well, there may be a lot of opportunities, but still we want to be back of the head, understand that there is darkness over light. So we want to be careful. But from 27th of February till maybe 7th of March, we should not get into any big signature, big deals, or big changes, resignations, and stuff like that should not be done. You should be holding off to this dark energy to just pass off. Venus is going to get exalted here. Now, this is a very beautiful news for all the people. Venus is the lord of the 10,000, sitting 11th from itself. So, in a hidden manner, in a very silent manner, you are going to get some really great benefit in your workplace, in your communication. There can be also possibility that somewhere health-wise, you may suddenly get very big problem. Health wise you may get some very, very difficult problem, but it is also possible that you may be able to we can say solve that problem, and your longevity, your life, your what your duration of life increases doing. So there is going to be some very great things that your life is going to turn, because Saturn and Venus are together. That is also great news. Both are very good friends. Venus is very comfortable with Saturn, so It is great. Jupiter, which went retrograde on 11th of November 2025, is now getting direct on 11th of March 2026. A direct Jupiter in this is means direct creativity. Your area where there was a little bit of red in your stock market, share market, that is where you will see some upward trend. You will also see some great gains that have been promised, especially in the area related to inheritance. Also, if you are wondering at what why nothing is happening, where is shared resources, money from partnerships, some in-laws promise something, where are these things? It may also turn out to be in your favor. So it's a very beautiful thing. Surya Lagna Lord entered in the eighth house. Now, this is also ascendant Lord is a very benefit for everyone. So it will here come here and repair only any problems related to bad habits, related to your longevity, your age, something to do with sorrow, something to do with some journey or some sins that you have created. Sometimes we make mistakes, right? So this is the time to resolve them. With Mercury getting direct into Aquarius, that is also great news, because Mercury here, once it is direct, all the partnership problems, all the challenges, they start to vanish from your life. All the speech speech problems, you giving someone some commitment, in your social circle, if some partnership was not supposed to happen or what not happening in the right way, now this is the time that things are in very very much power. So you will see something very great happening with you. One more thing we forgot. Venus enters into the sign of Aries now. Now look at Venus. It is the 10th house lord sitting exactly 12 from itself and opposite from the third house. That means those who are in publishing business, those who are thinking of publishing something, writing something, those who are thinking of taking education, this is also a very great time for you. Sometimes from your workplace, you are put into some training during this time. And because Venus is going to go into the sign of Taurus next month, and that is a time that your monetary benefits, your status, your power, your rank improves. So this is the, we can say this is just doing some kind of work before the great news. So here you will start hearing news. That is where when Venus goes there, it will manifest for you. All the best. Now April is here. When we look at April, Mars will enter into the sign of Pisces. Now, here, very importantly, Mars is a yoga karka. Whenever it will sit 12th from the ninth house, it is called by Prigu Rishi. It is called by Parashara. It says whenever the ninth house lord will sit in the eighth house, it is loss of destiny. So sometimes in such cases, if we are very, very much dependent on our destiny, that okay, destiny will take care of it, we don't need to worry, destiny will do this, then this is not going to work. It is a time of doing extra research, more hard work, putting more efforts in your social circle, putting more effort in your communication, because Mars aspect is going in the 11th house and the third house. And the common 7th house aspect on the second house means no big investments during this time, because this is where cheating, this is where trouble, this is where challenges can come. Mercury enters into Pisces and now becomes debilitated here. See, this is an important time now not to make big investments. Second house Lord is debilitated, 11th house Lord is debilitated. So if someone tells you that, come, there is a very big scheme, we should do this investment, we should make double money in 6 months, 5 months, 7 months, just ignore such things. Do not make very big, what you say, do not give such people from your social circle big importance. This is the time to be extremely low, low key. It is a time to not put put an extrovert energy out there. It is try to be just be calm in solitude. Try to do meditation, try to do lot of chanting related to the lord of this house, that is Jupiter, and Jupiter is Lord Vishnu. So do Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, do the Vishnu Sahasranam. That is the kind of remedies that you should be doing. But now, as Sun goes into the ninth house and becomes exalted, this is great news. Exalted Sun in the ninth house. That means now your destiny is like completely lit up. So if you see, the period is not that big. From 2nd of April till 14th of April is when there will be a little bit of challenge. But then Sun is in very powerful position. So here again, your destiny may rise. You may see that whatever happens, God is there. Somewhere you get support, some hand from God. And Leo ascendant people, you should be very proud of yourselves, because you are born in Leo. You can understand that there is only one king, and you're born in that ascendant. So this is not a coincidence. You have those qualities of that lion, qualities of the king. That's why you're born here. So that's why Be very proud of yourself. And this sun in the ninth house is a very great time to receive blessings directly from God. So any aspect of your life is going in trouble, sun is going to come here and save you. And see what happens later. Venus goes to the 10th house, 10th house lord in the 10th house. Ninth house has a powerful exalted planet, Jupiter. Like, see the pattern here: Saturn, Sun, Venus, Jupiter, Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Sun, Venus, Jupiter. Everyone is aligned. And see, 8th house, 9th house, 10th house, 11th house. Just see the importance of this alignment. All these houses are so active, and there are three good. If you see, Venus very good position, Sun very good position, Jupiter very good position, ready almost ready means ready to go into exaltation in next 1.5 month. So it is a very powerful placement. All the things related to your career, your destiny, your learning, your gains is activated. And with Venus going to the 10th house, April becomes a very powerful month to get that recognition, to get to put your thoughts into action, also to get more power. Your ranking goes up during this time, so very powerful. Mercury also ends its debilitation, enters into the sign of Aries. Now here the destiny, the money lord, 11th house lord, 11th from itself with an exalted sun, second house lord in the ninth house. This is time again your destiny takes a very very powerful lift, and monetary benefits happen because of some journey, because of advice of your guru, your bosses. Everyone is happy around this place, and a great time to achieve power. Very powerful. It is in front of you. Nothing is made up. See, the whole left side of your chart is active. This is left side. Don't take it that if you're looking like this is right side. No, this is left side of the chart. Is active, very powerful. Now, since we come to end in April, we enter into superb May. Now, 2026 yearly horoscope is here. So those who are watching should please book. And if you want to book, you can book on acastro.ca, or you can email, or there's a WhatsApp link in the description. You go click, automatically it is going to ask about your yearly reading booking. Okay, all the best. May 2026. Now Mars enters into the sign of Aries here, finally out of that small chakra view. Chakra view means that circle where it is exactly there at the, what we say, eighth house. That means loss of destiny. Here we can see some power, and especially why this power. This power may come from your courage. Super courage. Very great time to put real estate. Sun, see the Lord of Bhagya, the Lord of your money, and the Lord of your ascendant are all together in this ninth house. Ninth house is also the house from where Jupiter, what do you call, Mars looks at the 12th house. So that means foreign travel, foreign settlement, getting home or real estate in a foreign country, possibility of some great communication or very short distance travel that may change your destiny altogether is going to happen during this beginning of May 2026. Venus enters into Gemini. A beautiful Lakshmi Narayan yoga is happening in the 11th house, where the 10th house lord is in progression with the 5th house lord, and both are aspecting the 5th house of Mahalakshmi. So by the grace of Mahalakshmi, Annapurna, you are going to be in such a beautiful position where you are receiving some massive gains, some very great gains that you're not even expecting such kind of gains. So it is a time to get your goals, get your aspirations, everything cleared. So in the beginning of the year, please write down your goals that you are supposed to be realistically achieving till May 2026. And as soon as Venus comes here, it will manifest that beautiful goals for you. With Mercury now entering into the 10th house, this is also a great placement of the second and the 11th house lord. Here you gain a lot of traction in your workplace. Those who are in business, trade, they're going to see a great improvement, especially business related to softwares, IT, analytics. Those who are in any kind of accounting, anyone who's doing any kind of social media, like anything to do with social media, digital marketing, you will see some great, powerful, what you say, traction in your business and your work. One thing very important with Mercury is that whenever Mercury, even for 1 day or 2 days, enter into any kind of place in a, we can say, in alone, it becomes very difficult. Huh? That's why if you see on 15th of May, Mercury is entering into Taurus, and same day, Sun is also entering into Taurus. So Sun will not leave Mercury. They are in close degrees always. So Sun is with Mercury, so that Mercury in impulsiveness cannot take any kind of wrong decisions. Sun is giving lot of strength. Lagna Lord in the 10th house, again a Raja Yoga. So this is the time Lagna Lord as well as second house Lord in this 10th house, and it's there is something called um, I forgot the yoga name, but when the ascendant lord and the second house lord sit together in the 10th house, it's a very big Raj yoga that happens, and which can create kings. And this is a very good time for startups. Basically, the whole reason of telling this Raj yoga is that this is a time of startup. You can now get government support, you can get support of bosses, mentors, teachers, people in power, and use the right analytical method to move forward. So very great time. And then if you see the stellium that is happening, the 11th house lord is in the 11th house. Now this is, tell me, how can this not be gains? A layman would also say that, second house lord in the 11th house, ninth house lord in the 11th house, 10th house lord in the 11th house. What does this mean? That this means that gains come in a very larger scale. Sometimes you're socially so powerful that's in social media, etc. You will, I think, Rohit ji, by that time, if I am thinking about it, look at Instagram channel we started now. Maybe by that time in May 2026, we will see some great result in that Instagram, because 11th house is where all the planets are coming. What do you think about it, Rohit ji? No, I'm saying you're not listening. Yeah, I said time. What? What did I say?
What you said?
I was saying that all three planets are coming in the 11th house. They are going to be very powerful. That means you are going to achieve goals, gains, everything. So don't you think we started an Instagram channel, and by that time we are supposed to, because I am also Leo ascendant, supposed to receive something very great during that time? What do you think?
Yes, definitely. So many gains. Even I was watching from January to May, only the month which I find little difficult when all planets were in this seventh house from spouse point of view. Otherwise, as you told that all planets aligned in the brighter half of the day, this is really good alignment. And yes, you deserve lots of followers, subscribers, and gifts from all the family members. And I told you this year there are so many exchanges. When you telling about eighth house, when Mercury was there in the last month, and that time Mercury was there in the eighth house, and eighth house Lord Jupiter was in 11th house. So
Mercury is
people who are in the occult business, manufacturers, engineers, they are going to gain whatever they want in this time. So this is, I think, for the eighth house people who are eighth house profession.
doctors,
Oh, they
doctors,
can earn.
surgeons, financial analysts, veterinarians, anything to do with terms of, taxation, lawyers, occultists, researchers, PhD people. It's a great, great year for them.
Great year. And you know why great year for Leo? Now you tell me why. Why this is great year for Leo?
Because I am Leo, I'm the best.
The Shah Rukh Khan, "Ah, I am the best." No, the logic is this. This year is for you people because
Number one is
6 plus
sun.
2 plus 8. Yes, sun. Sun will activate here whole year. So this is time to be a leader in your field.
Let's hope for the best, Rohitji. Not even leader, at least if we will be able to help someone in the right way, that is also God's gift only. And
Guidance, right guidance.
that is only
Yes,
important. Baki leader and all will come and go, but legacies have to continue where you're doing righteous activities.
yes.
ठीक है. Moving forward, so sun entering into Taurus, and we would have Mercury enters into Gemini. So we discussed, like, great time for all the people who are in social media, digital marketing, anything with communication, sales. We can talk about people who are doing masses, people who are doing yoga, meditation is masses, like something that has mass appeal. If you're in that business, it's going to be blowing up for you. So powerful. May is very good, and as soon as we enter into June, I cannot wait. 2nd of June is when Jupiter enters into Cancer and becomes exalted. No, Rohitji, this is my Hindu Lagna also. Those people who know me, And we in the class we were discussing that, sir, your Hindu Lagna is going to get exalted Jupiter next year, you're going to make a lot of money. I said a lot of expenses also can happen, so you never know how it is going on. But Jupiter in the 12th house makes a Vipreet Rajyog. In such conditions, even if expenses happen at certain point of time, it is for your betterment only. So some very great news related to property, real estate, because Jupiter is putting now aspect on the fifth, fourth house, on the sixth house, and on the eighth house. So it is controlling both the bad places, and it is also controlling your real estate. So there is a very great possibility that some expenses can happen in the real estate area, which is good, no? But progress is happening. So let's buy some house property, cars, vehicles, maybe buy some fixed assets, gold, silver. This is the kind of time to be doing when Jupiter enters into Cancer. Now, this is a very big video with lot of things. So we are going to be making a very large scale, very detailed, proper video about this Jupiter. So do subscribe so that whenever you are there at that point of time, you do not miss this video. Okay. Venus enters into Cancer, so the Lakshmi Narayan Yoga is not ending. It is there in the 12th house now. So you can expect some great news from foreign countries, especially work-wise. If you are working in a foreign country, or if you're trying to go to a foreign country, even for a shorter period of time, some big gains, some big transaction is going to happen here, which is very, very powerful. Sun entering into the sign of Gemini. Now ascendant Lord in the 11th house with the 11th house Lord. What are we thinking here? So you see from beginning of this year, it is only gains, positive, little bit of challenge related to seventh house. Yes, Rohit is right in the month of February, but otherwise see gains. And here's Sun also coming in the 11th house. This is a time to think big, man. In if you're watching this video and this is beginning of the year, please think very big. Try to put your life, try to put yourself into lot of major messes. The more you are in mess, the more you'll be able to come out of it, more you'll be able to solve it very nicely. So put extra burden on your life. That's my suggestion to all the Leo ascendant people. And you can take, if the lion can take burden of the whole kingdom, then you cannot take burden of the small life. Come on, enjoy, be powerful, man. Mars goes to the 10th house. Here also, Yoga Karka, 9th house Lord in the 10th house. Again, gain in destiny, gain through father, gain through mentors, teachers, bosses, guru. Looking at the 10th, looking at the fourth house, gain through real estate. Looking at the fifth house, gain through speculation. So everything is in your favor, guys. It's a very powerful, very, very great. I would say, don't, God, don't jinx this year for us. Please. It is a solar year. Please, this solar year has to be very, very powerful for all the Leo people. For other also, it should be powerful for me and my all my Leo watchers right now. It should be super. And it is showing all that scenario here. Now here, after that, Mercury enters into the sign of Cancer. Now here, when the 11th house Lord is in the 12th house, again you gain in a foreign country. There is possibility of expenses also, but expenses can be related to some kind of mass investment, some kind of investment for a big purpose, some kind of investment for a big mission, motive. 11th house is the house of mission, huh? Some mission that you achieved. That's why we say that my goal is completed. So here you will be investing during this time, so which is also very great. And then Mercury retrogrades in the sign of Cancer. See, Mercury has to retrograde, Mercury has to go back. It is now spending, but it has to go back to the house of gains and understand that if my goals are realistic, have I done everything right? Do I need to focus more on something else and whatnot? So Mercury retrograde period, try to be very committed about your communication. That number one is that do not do false promises, do not do any overboard promises, don't try to show off, and don't try to write something in anger, because see, this is the 12th house of your subconscious mind, and when these big planets are in subconscious mind, they may act a little bit differently than what we see, especially Mercury, which is a very dual nature planet, so it can sometimes act very, very weird also. So careful. Okay, now comes month of beautiful July, when Venus enters into the sign of Leo in the beginning of the month. 4th of July, America will be doing independence, and here Venus will be saying, I am also independent now, but with Ketu. Ketu will try to, whenever Ketu and Venus are together, Ketu tries to convince Venus that why are you doing this luxury? What do you need all this? Leave everything, come to me, stop all illusion. There is nothing in this luxurious world. You surrender. That's exactly what Ketu's preaching is there for Venus. But Venus is very powerful here. If you see, it is the lord of the third house sitting 11th from itself and lord of the ninth house sitting fourth from itself. So it will be very comfortable and will make all its work done nicely without even making any noise. That's exactly Venus for you here. With Venus in the sign of Leo, it is also possible that love, relationship, etc. may feel a little bit of detached from your side, but you will still get a lot of support from your loved ones from the opposite side. So that is something to be. It may there are instances, there are times when we feel very detached in love, but it's going to be very temporary. Mercury in retrograde motion enters into the sign of Gemini because here it is supposed to now still fulfill some big goal, big work, big help from your social circle is supposed to come. So Mercury is still in retrograde motion, but in its own sign. So we are very comfortable here. Sometimes this is the time to choose your friends wisely, to make sure that if you have done a partnership or moving with someone ahead, that means that is a very clear, you know, idea around it. That's how you should see it. Sun enters into the sign of Cancer. Now, here the Lagna Lord is 12th from itself. Health wise, it's a very important time. Since Sun is with the 8th house Lord, sometimes related to accidents, related to daydreaming, related to health problem for a family member, especially for father, for grandfather. See, father and grandfather are together here. If you see, Saturn is set for very old people, again, grandfather, but Jupiter is the Karaka, the significator of grandfather. So that means father and grandfather are both together in the 12th house. So if you have that kind of a blessing in your life, like father and grandfather with you, you need to take extra care of such people. One more thing, when ascendant lord is in the 12th house, there is long distance travel and sometimes foreign settlement wise, if you're asking for any kind of government clearance, any visa, any passport, any stamping, it is a very powerful time for you. So all the very best. Later, the big thing that happens is that Mercury turns direct into the sign of Gemini. So again, your income, your power, you've now made right decisions. You are in the social circle, or you have made right, absolute, accurate decisions, and now you're moving with a lot of precision. So that is very good news. Mercury is a very important. If Mercury goes retrograde, if Mercury goes direct, then that means your money fluctuation happens in your life. So keep a very close tab on this Mercury. Saturn retrogrades in Pisces. Now, Saturn retrogrades in Pisces for 5 months. Those who are in Sadesati, especially the Aries people, will start getting some relief. So, Saturn getting retrograde is a relief for Aries, Sadesati people. Those Aries moon, they will start getting relief. But when it comes to Pisces people, it will be a lot of things to be reworked on. Your mindset, your research, all big research for very months can suddenly go completely zero, and you have to restart everything. That is how exactly Saturn retrogrades behave. Now, because of the aspects of Saturn on your career, on your second house of money, and we can say investments, and on the fifth house of your speculative gains, here we will make a very big video to understand how the Saturnist energy is, what to do, what are the precautions to be taken, what are the actions to be taken, and how to navigate this time. For that, we'll be making this video very closer to when we come. So please subscribe so that you do not miss that video. Okay. August is here, and 2026 yearly horoscope. If you want to book your session, a tailored how your chart is going to be acting here, you can book online on acastro.ca, or we can do a WhatsApp link is in the description. You go down, click, and you will come on WhatsApp and just book it. Now, here Venus enters into the sign of Virgo. Now, Venus becomes what? Debilitated in the second house. What is it this time? This time is to not do very big investments. This time is not to take any big trouble or challenges with family. This time is also the time that not to do very big high commitments. Sometimes this is a time to just lay low, silent, and more work on your inwardness. That means eighth house, where it puts in an exalted aspect. This is a time to focus more on your inside research, inside analytics. Also, if investment have done in the past, now this is a time to revisit some investment. That are they moving forward with the right scale, not whatnot, anything more required. That is the kind of scenario that is needed for you. While it is good in career, in this debilitation, it's not bad because it is sitting fifth from the 10th house. So that's means creativity wise, you'll be superb. But extra speaking extra should be avoided during this time. Ninth house lord goes to the 11th house, fourth house lord goes to the 11th house. You gain from your destiny also, you gain from your real estate, vehicles, home, family, land. Especially a great time for those people who are into real estate, those who buy and sell, those who are in any business of real estate. This is a very, very beautiful and powerful time for you, so please make the most of this time. Mercury enters into Cancer again. Now here, Mercury has come to do some expenses. Huh? This is a time of investments also. So if you are gaining, now you have to pump money for investment. That is exactly how this month looks like for you. Surya Dev. Every August, Surya comes to Leo, and this is very powerful placement of Surya. It is with Ketu. That means eclipse energy will start becoming heavy, but it is with Ketu. Now we have to understand two things here. Number one, since it is with Ketu, Ketu may try to put illusion over your soul. And what is the illusion that Ketu puts? Always of detachment. That okay, just leave this, go away, don't care. That is the kind of thing. So, but we want to be taking charge of this Ketu. Sun is going to be powerful only, but Ketu can create some disruption in your attitude, in your thinking, in your laziness. So even with Sun coming to its own sign, this is a time of caution for all the Leo ascendant people. Once Mercury enters into Leo, the energy of Ketu is divided. Mercury and Ketu are very comfortable with each other. And in such case, when Mercury comes, Mercury, entertains, we can say. Ketu, so the Ketu is busy, and at that point of time, Sun gives very powerful result to improve your destiny, to improve your, we can say, your social presence, your personality becomes very evolved. Sometimes at this point a very big transformation of spirituality also comes to you, that you may suddenly become super spiritual. Your communication, your body language, your places of visit comes completely becomes from a pub or a bar or a restaurant or a disc to directly a temple, a mosque, a church, a pilgrimage. That is exactly the transformation that happens when Sun, Mercury, everyone is together with Ketu in the sign of Leo. Okay. Moving forward, we go to the month of September. Now, when we talk about September, Venus will be very comfortable now coming into the third house. But third house is an Upchaya house. Here, short distance travel can start happening in the month of September. September is also a very good time to do higher education, anything to do in terms of skill development, turning your hobby into your profession. Your friends, your neighbors, your colleagues, your siblings may all come for help. So this is a very powerful time to communicate what is inside you. How do you want to grow in the area related to your career? This is that time where Venus is saying, okay, open up and I am ready to support you. Same way, Mercury becomes exalted here. Now see this powerful placement of Mercury going into the second house, while Venus is taken third house, Lagna Lord in the first house, second house Lord in the second house, third Lord in the third house. This is not small things. These are very, very powerful things. So, this time is the time that you may expect some great news related to your own personality, your own attitude, converting into wealth, and that converting from your hard work. So all three things are aligned, but somehow because Saturn is retrograde as well as Mercury is putting a debilitated aspect there, before speaking something, before claiming something, do research twice, thrice, four times, five times, because sometimes if you claim something and it is not true, then later you may have to face that problem when Mercury will become retrograde in going into Libra, then Venus will come back into retrograde. So some communication mishap can happen during this period. So we want to be careful about it. Sun enters into Virgo, again ascendant lord in the second house is a powerful placement. Your power, your value, your status increases in your society. Your speech works like authoritative speech. So whatever you speak, whatever you say is the final word during this time. And Mars starts this month in the month of January with a exalted position. Now it becomes debilitated. But look at the power. Mars becomes debilitated in the 12th house, but on top of that, rather than giving bad results, it will give you extremely great results because it makes a Neech Bhang Raj Yoga. On top of that, a Viprit Raj Yoga. Both yogas is making. The Viprit Raj Yoga, Jupiter is making, and Mars is sitting there. So it is very powerful. So Jupiter is making two yogas with Mars here. And when Moon will come here, it will be Gaj Kesari as well as it will be Mahalakshmi. So Mars debilitation is extremely positive for all the Leo ascendant people this year. It is extremely great. Everything related to your destiny, long distance travel, foreign settlement, we can know spirituality, anything to do with your real estate, expenses, debts that you're trying to take on it, refinance, everything will be so smooth that you will say, may God always this kind of time be there for my life. And Mercury enters into the sign of Libra. Now, see again, first house Lord in the second house Lord in the third house Lord in the third house. So, this is also a great news where everything is control of the planets that own them, planets that are very nearby. So, you will see that in this period, Venus will now become retrograde. So, we want to be very confirm and very what you say precise about our communication, because see a lot of communication is sitting there as well with Venus. So we want to be very precise about overcommitment. That is the only problem here. Sometimes you feel that you are very courageous and you can do this also, that also, do not say no, and then you later regret that what the hell did I do. October is here, and see October 3rd Venus gets retrograde into Libra. It is going towards debilitation now. So understand, now it is the time. If you have done overcommitment, if you are not able to fulfill that, doing that hard work, putting your focus, this is the time to do a lot of Venus related remedies also. For that, whenever we are going to be very close to this kind of a event, we'll be discussing with you. But short distance travel may have some disruption. There may be promises done by other people, especially from your career area. They may also turn back on their communication. These are the kind of things that happen. And on top of that, the Lagna Lord is now getting debilitated in the third house. So again, communication wise, we have to be very careful about how we take an approach here, how we try to bring things on surface in a very aggressive way, in a very manipulative way, or in a very simple way. That's exactly how Sun in the third house. But again, because the blessing of Guru is on you, because Sun is putting exalted aspect on the ninth house, the blessing of Guru is on you. So in that case, lot of power from Guru, from your higher wisdom, for God, everything is coming to protect you. Okay, all the very best. Now Mercury also turns retrograde into Libra. It says, Venus, if you are in trouble, I will take this trouble hand in hand. And that's why they both are traveling back towards the sign of Virgo. Now, here, Venus will enter into the sign of Virgo. We will talk about it in the next month. But here, what happens is that Mercury, again, this is the last 1.5 month is where you must have done a lot of commitments which you're not able to fulfill now. So, you will go a lot of back on your communication, back and forth on things like that. So, we'll suggest that if you know this in beforehand, that if you've seen this video, so make sure in your calendar mark that this is the time to be extra cautious in terms of writing, that I will do this, and when say I will do this should be avoided. Say, I will try and get this done as soon as possible. Your language, your expression has to change during this time. Jupiter makes very big transit now on October 31st. Jupiter enters into the sign of Leo. This is the Diwali time. And I told you last Diwali we made that yantra also, that this is not going to be happening next Diwali. It's going to be very, very rare. So Jupiter now enters into the sign of Leo. Leo also, it is very powerful because it is the fifth house lord in the ascendant, putting the aspect on the fifth, seventh, and ninth house. That means those who are now needing a final push for education, for childbirth, final push for marriage, for new relationship, partnership, and also for higher education, going to foreign countries and whatnot, doing some great research, PhDs. This is a time that you may be overwhelmed by this beautiful energy, and things will be moving forward in your case. Now again, this is a very big transit with aspects and everything. We'll be making a video very closer to when we come Jupiter entering into this sign. So please do subscribe so that you do not miss it. Okay. November is here, beautiful. Venus will enter into Virgo. Now it is debilitated again. I told you, investments, family life, as well as any communication, verbal communication that we are doing, we want to be absolutely focused. One good news is that if you see, for a while, not for a while, yeah, till 6 to 13, they are doing a Rashi Parivartana. 6 to 14th, we can say. They're doing Rashi Parivartan. So that means Mercury will take care of Venus activities, Venus will take care of Mercury activities. So you are safe. But still, we don't want to come up like fools in front of other people, that, oh, I told you but I cannot do this anymore. So they will say that your words has no value, this, that. So we can feel a little bit of humiliated here. That's exactly this period. So I will be very honest, whatever it is. I mean, this is my sign also, but it is what it is. Mars will enter into the sign of Leo. This is great news. Kendra Lord in the Kendra, ninth house Lord in the ascendant with the fifth house Lord. So this is a very powerful placement of Mars. Now those who are thinking about real estate, those who are thinking about getting into some action related to property buying, vehicle buying, something to do in terms of, we can say, even investments is now okay, because Mars is putting aspect on the eighth house. So that is also okay. Research is okay, marriage is okay, um, everything is okay. Mars is very powerful, so Mars is very great position. Mercury turns direct into the sign of Libra, because now it knows that Venus is coming next day into the sign of Virgo. Sorry, Venus turns direct into Virgo. So that means Mercury is now say, I am safe now. Venus is in direct motion coming to this own sign. So now there will be no communication mishap. This is the time to now think about investments, think about gains, think about getting something from, we can say, in a manner, we can say, even something, adding some luxurious things, or buying some diamond, we can say, buying some jewelry. That is investing in some fixed assets, is what I mean. Sun enters into Scorpio here. Now, ascended Lord in the fourth house, aspected by the Yoga Karaka, the fourth house Lord, is a good news. Here also, if there is any government kind of problems happening in the area related to real estate, related to career, related to home life, some renovation, for that you need approvals, you will be in power to take action. So this is also very good. And then Venus, by the end of November, enters into the sign of Libra. Very, very comfortable, very nice, no problem at all. Venus and Mercury together are having a time of their life in the third house. It is good time to indulge into conversation. Those who are in social media, digital marketing, sales, very good news for them also. And your relationship with your siblings also become very much powerful during this time. So November is also a great, great month. Then we are now here in this beautiful month of December. When we look at December here, oh, before that 2026 yearly horoscope is here, I feel and I wish that you should book, so that we can go point by point tailored on your chart, on your Mahadasha Antardasha, and how things are going to manifest for you in this year. December, Mercury will enter into the sign of Scorpio, which is second house lord in the fourth house. So something is cooking towards your real estate. Either you're shifting, either there is possibility of buying some property, either putting a down payment, either getting a new car, either some repair in the house. So something in this area is cooking for you guys. Now the biggest transit that Leo ascendant are waiting for. I am waiting for this, Rohit. Because Ketu in the 12th house going, it makes you so over spiritual. That is what I am really waiting for. Same way for Leo ascendant people, Ketu is going to make you extremely powerful, spiritual, extremely going into the depth. Now, this is the time that you will actually sit for meditation. December, people are thinking of going on a party. You will say, go. I am going to some silent place, a silent resort, a retreat. That is the kind of energy you have. And Rahu coming into the sign of Capricorn, a great news for people who have enemies. This is the time that enemies will turn into ashes. Those who are having enemies, court cases, deaths, troubles, problems related to their uncles, aunts, property disputes, you will see such powerful Rahu coming into the 8,000, 6,000, making everything possible for you. Competitions you will win. Health wise, we have to be very careful, because in such cases sometimes it gives very infectious viral diseases or bacterial diseases, which are very hard to diagnose. And in that case, a lot of stress happens. So if you're going through Rahu Mahadashantarshas, like I will be going through, I have to be extra careful when Rahu comes to the sixth house. But overall, it is a very good time for workplace. No one in workplace can do politics with you. Rahu is going to be extremely powerful. And if you turn this energy into service, that okay, I want to put this energy towards service, then this becomes more powerful for you. So beautiful. Again, this is a very massive transit. So we will be discussing everything about it in a big video. So do subscribe so that you are always connected and you never miss that video. Saturn, the Lord of the sixth house, is turning direct here. That is also very great news. So Saturn is turning direct. Your career wise, your income wise, your speculative gains, children wise, we will start seeing some very great progress here as well. So that is very good news. Again, Saturn is a very big transit. Now, Sadisati people, those who have Aries moon, will start getting much more heavier here, because Saturn is now going to be in fast movement. 2027, it has to transit. So that's what exactly is going to happen. So we'll be again coming close to it. We'll be making a video. Jupiter, on the other hand, is getting retrograde, because it found out that Saturn is now direct. So I need to go back to my placement, Cancer, and look at Saturn, so that Saturn should be getting my advice before it makes any decision. So that's why Jupiter is taking a transit. Even Jupiter is very scared that Ketu is all alone there. I came here for Ketu, now Ketu went there, so let me go there and handle Ketu and put an aspect on sixth house Rahu also, so that they are both in control. That's exactly how Jupiter is going to navigate this time. But retrograde Jupiter means that education wise, we can have a little bit of delays, sometimes some challenges for progeny. If you are trying and things did not work out, now you may have to wait a little bit. And same way, when Sun enters into Sagittarius, you will see a Rashi Parivartan yoga between Jupiter and Sun. So it eases down few things, but still, retrograde energy of Jupiter can target sometimes laziness, sometimes some health problems, especially related to diabetic people. It may be a little bit of extra challenging. Mercury enters into Sagittarius. Now, this is a great, great news because second on the 11th house Lord is in the fifth house of Mahalakshmi, and these are all houses related to money. So, somewhere your year starts with great monetary benefits, and your year ends with great monetary benefits. Your creativity, your skills, everything is in very peak position by the end of the year, and you are going to do very well this year. So overall, Rohitji, if you see, 2026 is a very, very powerful month for the sign of Leo, for the ascendant of Leo. I wish Happy New Year, all the best, and amazing, amazing things for Leo people. Okay, Rohitji, do you think let's move to Virgo now?
Yes.
Let's move to Virgo, and here we go.